Shalom Israel, giving honor and praise to the Most High God for the reading and the understanding of His Word. And family, I want to thank each and every last one of you for being right back here with the royal family on this Friday night Sabbath. And family, of course, y'all already know we cannot go without saying this. I want to wish every king, every queen, every prince, and every princess, I want to wish you a wonderful, magnificent Sabbath. And once again, thank you for bringing us in with your brother this week. Family, we are the royal family. And that says so much. And when we go through this lesson here tonight, you're going to see exactly why every morning you wake up, you should be thanking the Most High every day, every hour, every minute. But before we get into the lesson, family, I have to share this with you. First and foremost, do y'all remember a couple of weeks ago when we talked about our brother, Warlike and Glorious? Remember? And remember, I gave you guys the link to him on Instagram. I just want to show you a couple of things from this king. Now, first and foremost, we're going to start with this one right here. You see, I want to give you an example of what this brother be bringing forth for our people. For first and foremost, a notepad. And I almost don't want to write in it because I just think it's perfect. I love this. And you see he has his logo and everything on there. One law, one people. You see that? This is what this brother produces. But not only that, though. Take a look at this here, too. You see? This is the type of merchandise that our brother have on his site. And just to make sure, first and foremost, that website is onelawonepeople.com. So let me come back. You see? This is what this brother be selling on there. And then also, look at this. Now, I can't wait. I have a shirt that I'm going to rock this with. I cannot wait to rock this one. So family, please go and support our brother, Sirach Israel. He is on Instagram as Warlike and Glorious Apparel. And of course, his website, onelawonepeople.com. And not only that, we are going to have the opportunity right now to do a giveaway. So family, whichever person reaches out to me, the very first person, now y'all be cheating. I'm telling you right now, after the gunshot, the first person that reaches out to me with the hashtag one law, one people, then you will be the recipient of one of any one of the shirts that you find on that website if you reach out to him. And that is going to be from me to you. All right? Family, let's go ahead and get this here started tonight, baby. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm just letting everybody know. Let me get a drink real quick. I'm letting everyone know. I'm putting everybody on notice. I don't care about your feelings tonight. I don't give a damn about who you're with. I don't care about your family or with the past. I could not care less. These scriptures are coming out here tonight. Just letting you know. And before we actually get into the scriptures, there are two videos that I want to show you. The reason why I'm showing you these videos here tonight is because, number one, I want you to be able to understand that when it comes to Esau, they know, number one, who they are, what's happening on the planet right now, and what's going to happen to them in the end. I want you guys to see this here. I want you to know that they have a complete understanding. They even teach about themselves in church. So without any further ado, I'm going to run these back to back, okay? So without any further ado, family, here you go.
I want you to think about this. There is a passage in the scriptures that says this: Jacob I loved, Esau I hated. Now, we have to ask ourselves a question. How did God manifest his love toward Jacob? And how did he manifest his hatred or wrath toward Esau. This is very, very helpful. To understand this will help you understand something about God being your Father. If you look at Esau's life, God fulfilled every promise He made regarding Esau. He blessed Esau with wealth, with power. He became a great leader, a great nation. God blessed Esau. So how is it that God's hatred was manifested toward Esau? God never disciplined Esau. He let Esau be Esau. He never intervened in Esau's life. He never worked to make Esau holy. He just cut the rope and let Esau go and live exactly like Esau wanted to live. Now, how did God manifest His love toward Jacob? He beat Jacob every day of his life. Look at Jacob. He would not allow Jacob to continue on as Jacob. Jacob was the deceiver. But when Jacob became a son, God said, Jacob, it's going to take a while, but I'm going to change you from a deceiver into a prince.
I'm actually not. I'm not an Israelite. I'm not of the elect. I'm not, any of that. I'm, a so-called white man. In other words, as the scriptures point out, Esau. As long as we can remember, we're the ruling elites of the world. We're the ones who have power. We're the ones who put the Israelites, which, in today's world, a lot of people refer to them as, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
We're the ones who put them into captivity. And, the scriptures point out that he who goes into captivity shall go into captivity, and that the Israelites will take captive, who captives they were. That's us. That's the Edomites. And I think it's important to recognize, as an Edomite, as Esau, it's important to recognize our place, our role, and for one thing, history. We look back and our forefathers brought this upon us, even if me or you or nobody else, we didn't necessarily personally oppress the Israelites, we're still, inheriting that sin from our forefathers, and we're going to have to answer for it.
All right. So now that you have seen those two videos, first and foremost, Esau is very educated about who he is in the scriptures. Very. And I wanted you to see it coming from the church aspect, because first and foremost, when it comes to Esau and church, that is a business for them. It's a business. That's how they make money. They make merchandise out of our scriptures, as the scriptures say. And then also from the perspective of just an individual Edomite that's walking around here that knows exactly who he is. And the reason why I wanted to show that to y'all is because there are so many of our people who foolishly still try to say that the Arabs are Esau. Wow. And yet these individuals tell you themselves exactly who they are. But it just goes to show you, in regards to our people, they can't let go of the enemy. They can't. And tonight, that's what we're going to be talking about. We are going to read exactly what is going to happen to our enemy. Now, we know that the entire world are, but this one here specifically. Family, please open your Bibles to the 1611 King James Version Bible with the Apocrypha, and we are going to be reading from 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Yes, we are in the Apocrypha here tonight. Now, for me, I'm going blind. Let me turn the light up on this here so I can see. Once again, family, 2nd Esdras chapter 15. We're going to read the whole thing all the way through. And let me tell you something right now. What a glorious read this is. All right, here we go. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people. Stop. Right out the gate, the Most High is making it known. My people. His chosen. Not the entire world. Not everybody on the planet, not all nations. My people, he said. And as we know, that's talking about his Israelites. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I'm going to read that from the top. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So the Most High is making this clear. He's like, for one, this is prophecy. This is something that has not happened yet. Prophetic statements mean the future. So for those of you who want to sit and when I'm going through this being like, oh, that already happened back then. No, it has not. It's a prophecy, meaning a time to come. And as we read it, you will see that this has not happened yet. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Now, that's a prophecy in itself. If your eyes are locked on your Bible right now, which it should be, because nobody should be taking my word for anything, your book should be open, whether it be the actual paper book or the app, whichever one. You should be reading along. But as it clearly says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's talking about the Bible. The prophecy of the Bible. You are holding a prophecy in your hand right now. Verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And the Father's making this clear. Do not be afraid of anything that anybody speaks against you. When you are coming out of this book, when you are coming out of our scriptures, the Father says, do not be afraid of anybody or their reaction. Don't be afraid. Don't care. Don't have a care in the world for what anybody may think about you. Do not have a care in the world. Don't be afraid of what someone's reaction may be. And this is exactly why I said I don't give a damn about your feelings tonight. Because, oh my goodness, just wait. Just wait. Watch this. Verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. That's a promise. Those that don't want to believe this truth, those Christians and Egyptologists and chemists, all of these false, phony religions that will not believe what's coming out of this book, that will not believe the prophecies the Father said, they are going to die. That is a promise. This is why I tell y'all, don't be wasting your time on people. If they're not trying to hear it, go about your business. Verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. That is a promise. I got to read that one more time. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues, which the world is dealing with right now. Right now. From the big C word, which we know I can't say because, they'll try to stop the lesson if I did, to the new strand that they said is coming out that's going to be worse than what the original C was. All those plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Now, you remember, if we go back through these scriptures, who is the border of wickedness? That's Esau. Esau runs the world, whether it be from Amalek all the way right now to these so-called white boys in America, hold all the power politically, religiously, economically, the whole 9 yards, the whole thing. The scriptures prophesied that a long time ago. And if you remember what you listened to earlier from that white pastor, didn't he make a mention of this here too? He sure did, didn't he? Now you see why I wanted you to see that. Okay. Verse 7. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. How deep is that right there? The Father said that they exercise, they do the things they want to do. Their wickedness, they have all pride in. They don't give a damn about their wickedness because they have no other way to know how to be. That's right here in the scriptures. And just like the white boy said earlier, you see, if they say it, many of you will accept it. You know, if I was just to bring this out on my own, oh, that nigga's racist, oh, black son bitch. If I was to bring that out, people will have a problem. But when they see that Esau says it themselves, then that's when they'll validate my statements. Not only that, but they'll also validate the scriptures if they have, of course, Esau's permission. It's pissing me off. Let me just go. Verse 9. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them. Oh, man. And receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. What blood is, family, what blood are they talking about here? What are they talking about? The bloodshed all the way from the generations back until slavery, until the very time right now. The police killings, the race killings, all these things. This is all prophesied. And this is what the Most High will be paying them back for. Oh, but it gets so much better. Oh, it gets so much better. Let's continue. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Now, many of you are thinking back in Genesis. As we already know, this is not talking about modern day Egypt. If y'all remember from the gathering last year, we went over this. Where is Egypt right now? Right here in America. Remember that? If y'all don't remember, or if no one has seen the royal gathering, please go back and watch the royal gathering. Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. You see? As before, talking about back then, showing that it is not talking about back then. It's talking about now. One more time. As before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So if there is a before, means that there has to be an after. And that after hasn't happened yet. That after is coming, and it's coming fast, and it's coming quick. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that God shall bring upon it. So when you see all the news reports of all of these different plagues and diseases and viruses and all these things that are coming, know exactly who that is. It is the Most High God of Israel. And every time we hear one of these plagues come out, every time they report this on the news, all praises to the Most High. All praises, Father, thank you. Destroy him. Just like he said he's going to do. But some people, they'll sit there and get mad. Oh my God, I can't deal with another one. You're an idiot. If you would just read and study, you will know that every last one of these diseases and plagues and viruses that they bring out was all done for you, according to the scriptures, to rid those people off the earth. Verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, For their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. Look up, for your redemption draweth nigh. When you see all of these natural disasters, when you see these tsunamis and hurricanes and tornadoes, all of these different events that's taking place, give the Most High his thanks and praise. Give it to him, because he did it for you. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. You living for the world? You are living to die. You understand me? If you are still involved in that world, if you are still following Christian paganism, you're going to die. You're going to die if you don't come out of it. You are going to die if you do not separate yourself from the world and come into the word and stay there. Verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. I'm going to read that one more time. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, meaning that their destruction is coming. It's coming. It's on the way. Family, do you understand? Do you understand what I'm telling you? Their destruction is coming. It is promised. Everything that we've been waiting for, everything that we've ever read, everything that we could have ever dreamed of when it comes to payback, when it comes to retaliation, when it comes to justice, the Father says it's on its way. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Do you feel what I'm saying here? Do you feel what the Bible is saying? Not me, not my opinion. Do you feel what this Bible says? Do you feel it all throughout your body? Do you feel it in your hands? Do you feel it under your nails? Do you feel that? Do you feel the justice that's coming to this place? If you don't, you better get your mind right. If you don't feel it, if you don't feel it all the way down into your bones, you better get your mind right. That means that there is a disconnect between you and these scriptures. Because the Father said he's bringing destruction, famine, plagues. He's bringing it all. And they have to suffer for what they've done to us. They have to. It's a must. It is an absolute must. And so many people will sit here and look at this and be like, oh my gosh, this is some of the most racist stuff that has ever been said. No, it's not. It's not racism. It's prophecy. Let's continue. And here we go. Shut up. I hate when she does that. Right. Verse 16. Is it? No, it is verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Now, the Father already prophesied this before, that the nations will be going against each other. Remember, he's going to turn nation against nation. Bow. And they're going to be killing each other. And the only thing that we got to do, if this was some Hennessy right now, this is like what I'd be drinking. Hennessy in his hand, popcorn in this one, watching all the events as they go down. I'm going to read it one more time. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So right now, y'all heard about all the wars that's going on over there with Russia, the Ukraine, and all those things. You see, many people think that everything's going to pop off here. No. All of the smoke is going to pop off in the east. Over there. Over there. And it's happening now, right in front of your face. It's happening right now as we know the Euphrates is drying up. So prophecy on prophecy on prophecy. All of these different prophecies that's happening right in front of your eyes, but so many of our people just want to remain willingly ignorant. Do you know what that means? It means that you want to be stupid on purpose. You get everything that you ask for. Verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Now, many of you have probably already had to change your license and get that little star on it so that you can be able to fly and go to different cities and things like that. And if you don't have it, then guess what? You can't do that. Here is the beginning of that. No travel. Remember, all of this was implemented during the Big C. Remember, there were certain cities that we could not go into and all that. All of that has happened. Now remember, 400 years. And we're speaking of Judah. 1619, Jamestown, Virginia. All the way to 2019, that marked 400 years. And ever since 2019, this world began to crumble. And y'all know what comes next. We're reading about it. Destruction. I love it. Let's continue. Verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Do you hear what this is saying? The Father is making this clear. Because of their pride. Now, as we already know from past lessons, the children of the pride are Esau. All of their luxurious houses, all their mansions and skyscrapers and buildings and all that, the Father said, all that's coming to an end. It's all going to be destroyed. It's all going to be destroyed. Did you understand what that just said, family? It's all going to be destroyed. Right in front of our eyes. All the things that they love so much, all the things where they love to kick you out their neighborhoods. They had the cops and everything circling the neighborhood just to make sure ain't no niggas in there. And the Father said it's all going to be destroyed. And we are going to be the ones destroying it. They hate these scriptures. I'm going to read that one more time just because I feel it in my bones. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So if you don't think for 1 second that they are not panicking because they know what's coming, oh, they know. That's why they got their guns toted. But let me tell you something. There's not enough ammunition in the world. Verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. So, for all these people that love to stock up, they got all the water and everything stocked and all that. The Father said, I'm destroying all that. You're going to be taking all that. All of it. Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. For great tribulation. Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. Stop. Oh, my goodness. Stop. What the Father say he was going to do? All these presidents, czars, dictators, politicians, all of them. The Father said, I am going to call them all together and they're going to stand and reverence the Most High. They are going to have to acknowledge that big black man sitting on the throne in the sky. That's going to happen. That day is coming soon. Whether you like it or not, that day is coming. They are going to have to acknowledge that first and foremost, the Most High God of Israel is a black man. Then they're going to have to actually kneel, get on their knees and give reverence to Yahweh Shai. Oh, it's coming. Because Christ is the King. He's the King of Kings. And whenever you hear that statement, the King of Kings, so if he is a ruling king, then what are the other kings? Whew. Y'all better be ready. Verse 20, I'm going to read it again. Behold, saith God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reference me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, meaning Lebanon, to return themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. Do y'all hear all these promises? Do you hear what this just said? Come on, family. I'm going to ask you a serious question. Is somebody out there excited about what you're hearing right now? Because the Father said, what they've done to us, we're going to do to them. And there's nothing that they can do to stop it. Not a damn thing. They can't stop any of this. This has to happen. This is prophecy. It must happen. It will happen. And it's going to happen soon. All praises to the Most High. Verse 21. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also. And recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord God. Did y'all understand what that just said right there? The Most High said, what they have done to us, he's going to do to them. And he's going to plant it right there in their chests. Right there. Their little puffed out chest that they always have, where they walk with their nose up in the air and their little chest poked out. The Father said, I'm going to punch you in your chest, nigga. I am going to lay all the things that you have done to my children. I'm going to make it happen to you. You see, that's something that you should be excited about. You see, that right there, that's all praise to the Father. Again, that's when you wake up in the morning and you go in the mirror and you see the mirror and you get to look at yourself and that you know that you are an Israelite. You know that the kingdom is for you. But do you know what's so stupid? You know what's so dumb? There's so many people that have heard this. They know it. They understand it. But yet they still choose to be in the world. How foolish. How much of an idiot can you possibly be? Verse 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners. Woo-hoo. All right, now let's talk about sinners now. Who's that talking about? Who's the law given to? The law was given to Israel. So now the Father spoke about them. Now he's about to start talking about us. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. So just like we talked about before, the Father said, listen, if you want to do the things that they do, you want to follow them, you're going to die with them. Verse 23. The fire. The fire is gone forth from his wrath and hath consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. So again, the Father's making it clear. You want to follow them? You want to do the things that they do? You want to follow their pagan holidays? You want to follow after their traditions? You want to follow the traditions of men? You want to marry their people? You want to lay down with them or whatnot? Then guess what? You're going to die right along with them. I'm going to kill you with them. You're going to die. You're going to be consumed in that fire. And as you know, if straw catches on fire, it burns like that. Quick, fast, done. Done. And guess what? The choice is yours. Verse 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. I'm going to read that again. I will not spare them. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. The Father made it very, very clear. And what is a sanctuary? It is not a house. What is a sanctuary? It is not a church. What is a sanctuary? It's you. It's this body right here. The Father said, do not defile yourself with sin. Do not defile his sanctuary. Do you understand what a blessing that is to be called a sanctuary of the Most High? Meaning that he is your leader. Come on, man. Oh my gosh. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. He made this clear because Christianity will sit there and tell you, you no longer have to keep the law. Don't worry about it. You have white faggot ass Jesus over here and the faggot will forgive you. That's what Christianity teaches. But here, when you read the scriptures, when you hear what it actually says, the Father says that the sinner he will destroy. Death and destruction. Destruction and death. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way it goes. If you sin, you are going to die. Bottom line. So tell that to your Christian pastors. Tell that to all of your family. Show them this. Show them what it says. Let them see it for themselves. Because the one thing that they're going to do, they're going to call you crazy. They're going to say that you're in a cult. They're going to say that you don't understand the scriptures. The law was done away with when the Father made it clear he is going to kill the sinners. And what does it mean to sin? It is the breaking of the law. Sin is the transgression of the law. And you still have people that'll run around and try to say we no longer have to keep the laws. It's done away with. Stupid ass dummies. Verse 27. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For God shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. So when us, that was given the law, the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So when we happen to endure all of these plagues and it consume us, we're not talking about the individuals that came with the plague and the Father delivered them from it. They didn't die. How many people died during the Big C? But he's saying that he's not getting rid of any of these plagues. Oh, they're here to stay. And who does he have creating them? The wicked. Verse 28, behold an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. We'll get into that in a second. Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. So again, why did it mention the East? Why did it mention the East? Why is the Most High making sure that he says the East? Because he knew that his Judites would be here in the West. Right here, in captivity in Babylon, right here in America. And what do we have to do here in America? We got to pray to the East. And why do we have to pray to the East? Because that's where Jerusalem is. And what else is over there? That landmass, like including Russia, the continent of Asia, all that's over there, where all of this stuff is going down right now as we speak with Russia and Ukraine. Come on now. The Bible is too accurate. The Bible is too accurate. Too accurate. Verse 30. Also, the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Woo-hoo! All that war going on over there. Family, is happening right now. All you got to do is turn on the news, and all you have to do is go online and look it up, and it's all happening right there. So what should be computing in your mind right now? What should be computing? It's happening. What this is speaking of right now is happening right now. So you know what that means? There's not a lot of time left. It's almost over. The end of the world is Esau, and the beginning is Jacob. All praises to the Most High. We getting ready to get up out of here. Verse 31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature. And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power, and shall flee. Because at one point they were puffed up. At one point, that chest was out there. And what did the Most High say right here? He said, what, right? You got your chest all out? Guess what? I'm going to help you push it back in. And I'm going to silence you. You're going to shut your mouth because you're going to realize that you have absolutely no power whatsoever. You have no power. You have none. Because the Most High God said he is the power. And who is he going to give that power to? Yahushai? And the ruling tribe, which is Judah. All praises to the Father. All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Verse 33. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them. And in their hosts shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings. All of these world leaders are panicking. They see what's happening. They see not only from television, but also in person. They see just how Judah is beginning to rise. They see the fall of Israelite sinners. You see that all over the place. How many of these rappers have died just within the past 2 weeks? Isn't it about 6 or 7 of them so far? It seemed like every day I got a notification about some rapper that has died here recently. All that sinning and all that, all of you individuals, all of you that are out there and you choose to remain in the world, you try to play the double life where you want to stay in Israel, you want to have the appearance of keeping the commandments, but you're still out there dabbling in the world and stuff like that. Oh yeah, you're going to die. That's what he said. Verse 34. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm. Now, we're not talking about clouds like the gas clouds. No, no, no. Do you know what those are? Family, on the count of 3, say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Chariots! The chariots of the Most High, coming from all places of the earth, all directions, coming directly out of them dimensions, right here onto the earth. And what does it say? Let's read it one more time. Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon. Please make sure you understand that. Full of wrath and storm. Let's continue. Verse 35. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly. Coming through, cutting them up. Man. All this family for you. All of this for you. The greatest people on earth. Deuteronomy 7:6, Deuteronomy 14:2, the greatest. The special people. Above all people. Yep. And they want to try to get mad at you. Verse 36, and dung of men unto the camel's hoe. And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth. And they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. So this is letting you know that these are things that we are going to see. We are going to see this happen in real time. You see, many people think that this is all a joke. They still think it's a fairy tale. It's a folk tale. They still believe that this is not real. Many of you, probably you still can't see what's getting ready to happen. Fear and trembling. There will be literal chariots that will be coming out of a heavenly dimension directly right here on this earth. And there's going to be raining fire, brimstone. You can only imagine the things that you're going to see. This entire planet will be on fire. The entire planet. And those that are sealed Not a damn thing is going to happen to him. Nothing in the world. Nothing. Nothing. No fire, no element, no water, nothing. Nothing will be able to harm the sealed. Let's continue. Verse 38. And then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north and another part from the west. So remember, this is all taking place right now. We're talking about in the east. So from all these other different directions, everything's going to go over there. And then guess where it comes next? Right here to Babylon. Why is this happening? Because the Most High wants America to look at what's going on over there. The Most High made it very clear that America is going to watch everything that's happened over there. And it's almost like, remember when you and your siblings was getting an ass whooping? And only one got their ass whooped at a time, right? At least in my household. And the Most High has all that going on over here and making America watch. And you know what he's saying? You know what he designed this to be like? He said, America, your ass is next. Do you see the beauty in the Most High sadistic nature? That's a father. That's a daddy right there. While he's whooping one ass, he's sitting there having America like, your ass is next. Ooh, watch his ass whooping. But remember, the worst is for them. Whew, man. Verse 39. And strong winds shall arise from the east, and shall open it. And the cloud which he raised up in wrath, and the star stirred to cause fear toward the east, and west wind shall be destroyed. There it is. Right there for you. All that right there as the West Watch. Oh, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Verse 40. The great and mighty clouds, the great and mighty clouds shall be puffed up full of wrath, and the star that they may make all the earth afraid. All the earth afraid. And them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out over every high and eminent place an horrible star, fire and hail, and flying swords, and many waters, that all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters. So you know what that, lasers, zoom, all these things. All of these things. Let's read it one more time. Let's see what it says. Fire and hail and flying swords. Y'all understand? Fire shooting out them chariots. Hail coming from the storms. Flying swords. Wow. Verse 42. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows, and their corn is destroying everything. Did you hear that checklist? Watch one more time. And they shall break down the cities and walls. So all the things that you see. So when you see these big skyscrapers, the Empire State Building, all those things, the Sears Tower, all those things are going to be crumbled. Crumbled. And it's coming soon. All of it is all coming down. And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood and grass of the meadows and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid. So after all that ass whooping that happens over there, then all of this is going to come over to Babylon, to the west. And guess what? They're next. And they all they can do is just sit there and watch. This is why they have these space task force and all that. Remember, we went over that not that long ago. Remember that? Remember I told y'all about that, the task force, remember? We had a whole lesson on that. Why do you think they made that? Because of this right here. Because they know what's coming in that sky. They know the chariots are they know what's coming. And it's coming fast and it's coming soon. Verse 44. They shall come to her and besiege her. The star and all the wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto the heaven, and all they that be about her shall bewail her. So just think about the entire earth being on fire. From intercontinental ballistic missiles to fire from the chariots to the storms. Remember all these firestorms and everything like that? All of it consumed. All of it. And once again, the Most High did it for you. Verse 45. Wait, did I read? Yeah, I read that one. Okay, verse 45. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. Did y'all hear that? Let's read that one more time. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. What does that mean? What service? Like an indentured servant? Ooh. So even right here, the Most High is talking about us having slaves? Right here. Isaiah 14, 1 and 2. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. And now, 2nd Esdras, chapter 15. Right here. Right here. Right here. Verse 46. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Verse 47. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch. What's the Father calling them over there? Wretch. That entire continent. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Do you know what that's talking about? Who's the whore? The whore is right here in America, right here. And the world has patterned themselves right after this stinking ass place. And the Father said, because you did that, because you made the decision to pattern yourself after her and do the things that she has done when it came to the unfair treatment of us, when it came to the enslaving of us, all those things, when it came to the oppression of his Israelites. As the Father said, as we read earlier, my people, being that the East did the very same things. From the Arabs to the Russians to the Africans, the Father said, guess what I'm going to do to y'all? Exactly what I'm going to do to her. Wow. All this right here in the scriptures. This is not racism. This is scripture. Verse 48. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith God. How deep is that statement? I'm going to read it again. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith God. The Most High made it clear. He made it crystal clear. All of their science and technology, all the things that they've done, all of the plagues that they have created, all of these things, the Father said that they did it over there in the East too, because they took after the whore. They took after the prostitute. They laid with the prostitute. And guess what happens when you lay with hoes? You get burned. Verse 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Did you understand what that just said? What did the Most High say he was going to do to all the inhabitants of the earth that has something to do with the destruction of his people? We're going to read it one more time. Listen to this promise. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Do you see how many times the Most High said he was going to destroy their homes? Meaning their dwellings, everywhere they are. Even the underground places, as I've shared with so many of you, even the underground places, there's no escape. None. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. The Father made this clear. He said the power that they thought they had, gone, dried up like a flower. Have you ever picked up a dead flower before and just crumbled it in your hand? And then what do? And it's no more. That's what the Father said he's doing to them. All praises. Verse 51. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Ooh. The Father said he's going to beat them like a woman. The Father is no joke. The Most High ain't no joke. Look, one more time. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes. A poor woman that had her ass beat. Verse 52. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead, when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. The Father said, now hold on a second now. If you didn't do this to my chosen, if you didn't continuously do what you have done to my chosen, choosing to exalt your power to a point of no return, now it has to happen to you. Verse 55. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. The Father's making this clear. What you have done to my people, I'm doing right back to you. Verse 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. How many times has the Most High repeated what he said he was going to do to these other nations, and especially Esau? What he says, he said, what y'all did to my people, I'm making sure is done right back to you. That's happening, whether you like it or not. That's why I said I don't give a damn how anybody feel about this lesson here tonight. I don't give a damn if you have Edomites, if you have Ishmaelites, if you have Hamites, if you have the children of Japheth, if you have any of them in your family, it does not matter. I don't give a damn, because obviously the Most High doesn't give a damn either. Those things are going to happen whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter how much you pray. It doesn't matter how much you ask them for forgiveness. For these people, the Father said they're done, they're through, they're finished. And get mad if you want to, nigga. That's your problem. Verse 57. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. And they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. I'm reading that again. Oh my God, I'm reading that again. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. It said it doesn't matter where they run to. They are going to try to hop onto their ships and all that stuff. They're going to even try to go underwater. They're going to do all these things. They're going to try to travel to get to another place. And no matter where they land, the Father said they're going to receive their recompense. Yes, indeed. All praises to the Most High. Verse 59, thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. Verse 60, and in the passage they shall rush on the idol city and shall destroy some portion of thy land and consume part of thy glory and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire. Burn up, burned up, no matter where they go, no matter where they try to run, no matter where they try to hide. The Most High God of Israel said he is destroying their nations, not just the people, but the houses, all the works, the inventions, everything that they ever created is going to be destroyed. Verse 61. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire, and shall consume thee, and thy cities, thy land, and thy mountains, all thy woods and thy fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire. Thy children shall they carry away captive. Thy children shall they carry away captive. So just like they did ours, the very same way how they would go and take our children and take them into slavery as gator bait and all the different things and harm and rape these individuals, these our babies, our children, the very same things is going to happen to them. And look, what thou hast, they shall spoil it and mar the beauty of thy face. All praises to the Most High God of Israel. I gotta read that last one more time. I'll read it one more time. Thy children shall they carry away captive, and look, what thou hast, they shall spoil it. It doesn't matter what they have, it's gonna be spoiled. No matter what it is. Their money, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Whatever they have is going to go bye-bye. And mar the beauty of thy face. Do you know how all these magazines, Cosmopolitan, what is the other one? Times, most sexiest man of the year and all that, because Esau is very prideful. You know how Esau do. How to be on their magazines and shit, you know how, they women be on there all cheese. The Father said all that shit is done. It's over. Because the Israelites are the picture of beauty. According to the scriptures, remember the Father said we beautiful because we look like him. Woo! You see how much the Most High love you? The Most High said we are the most beautiful on this planet. And they have all of their little campaigns and all that stuff talking about how they are the beauty of the planet. Nope, not according to the scriptures. There's nothing more beautiful on this earth than an Israelite. You understand me? Now, yes, we have our different degrees of people. Even the Bible speaks of facially challenged individuals. The Bible talks about that. But even the worst of ours is 100 times greater than any one of theirs. According to the scriptures. According to it. And they're done. Their kingdom is done. Their inventions are done. Their wicketry is done. That is why it is so important for you to do what you do. Do what you are supposed to do according to the scriptures. The Father gave us all the tools. He gave us everything that we needed. And it's called the Bible. All we have to do as the people is pick the book up, read it, and apply what we read. Keep the laws. Keep the high holy days. Keep them all. And what did the Father say? Let's go to Revelation chapter 22 and verse 14, please. The book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 14. Many of you should already know what this says, but we're going to read it again. Now, remember what the Father just told us in 2nd Esdras about keeping his commandments? Okay, so now we're going to come right here to Revelation 22:14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. All we got to do is keep the commandments and we good. And not all the rest of that rhetorical nonsense that people try to bring to you. Keep the commandments. Family, I can't say this anymore. Keep the commandments. I'm going to say it one more time for you in this lesson. Keep the commandments and eternal life is yours.